High-protein diets, are they right for everybody? Not that long ago, the biggest diet fad was the Atkins diet, at the time thought to be the saving grace of the diet industry. People could still eat their bacon and eggs in the mornings. They just had to skip the toast and the juice on the side. They could still have their bacon cheeseburgers, they just had to skip the buns, the ketchup, and the French fries. Unfortunately, they also had to skip the dill pickles that go so deliciously with these foods. But, how effective could a diet that suggested eating burgers with bacon and cheese really be? And, how long could a human body continue to go without complex carbohydrates without developing serious problems? As it turns out, not very long. What should have been a very simple diet to follow, after all, you ate all the high-fat meats that other diets tend to banish on day one, turned out to be very difficult after the second or third week. Energy crashes were very common. Moods plummeted. The carb-craving crankies set in and stayed a major factor for many people who were no longer satisfied with simple weight loss. What they wanted was to lose weight and still feel fairly human. The long-term health effects of the Atkins diet and similar diet plans are just now starting to catch up with many of its devoted followers. However, there are other high-protein diets that are far more reasonable, easier to follow, and most importantly, healthier. How much protein do you really need? There is a formula that is typically used to determine how much protein a person needs. However, there are variables that have to be accounted for during this process as well. The basic protein formula is 0.8 grams of protein per kilogram of body weight. To get the right amount of protein using this formula, you simply divide your current weight in pounds by 2.2, which will give you your weight in kilograms. That number is then multiplied by 0.8 to determine your daily protein needs. However, if you are a very active person, your daily protein needs will automatically go much higher. If you are not active at all, your protein needs will be lower. In addition to activity levels, you have to know your basic health condition as well to determine the right amount of protein that you need, because certain health conditions mean that you will need to get more protein to regain your health. While high-protein diets may push protein above this 0.8 gram per kg mark, it will not go that much farther. The average bodybuilder only gets about 1.5 to 1.7 grams of protein per kilogram of their own body weight to get bigger. They do not build their remarkable bodies with protein alone, but with good overall nutrition, dedication, and hard work. Genetics also play a large role in their size and the ability to build large muscles. Source: Osterweiler. How high is too high? Most of the high-protein diets get around 30% of their daily calorie intake from protein, with carbohydrates and fats making the other 70%. Taking protein intake up to 35% and lowering fat intake to around 15% is beneficial for weight loss and can help the diet to feel full for longer than the lower protein amount. However, protein intake of higher than 35% is not recommended because it can lead to a number of serious health conditions including cardiovascular disease, high blood pressure, kidney disease, and kidney and gallstones. The American Heart Association suggests that protein intake be limited to no higher than 35% for safety, and that the bulk of the protein comes from very lean meat or plant sources whenever possible. Using a protein supplement to ensure protein intake. While most people know what they should eat, there are many times when they cannot eat these foods because they do not have the time to sit down for a healthy meal, or they are too busy on the road to stop and get something that qualifies as healthy. Because so many people are just too busy, the concept of using a protein supplement became a viable alternative to the less than healthy food choices on the road, and certainly better than continually skipping meals. Protein supplements can be found in many forms, including the protein supplement ProfectR from Protica. Small in size, ProfectR is high in protein, low in calories with 0 carbs and 0 fat. In addition to ProfectR, Protica also offers ProasisR, the first all-natural protein supplement. Both ProfectR and ProasisR are available in a number of sizes, including the single-serving size, and a number of refreshing flavors, so that there is always a variety of digestible and healthy protein to be consumed. Increasing protein and good health. In addition to using protein supplements such as ProfectR and ProasisR, there are a number of healthy protein-based foods such as skinless, roasted turkey breast, salmon, and eggs. Non-meat food sources that are high in protein include milk, cottage cheese, other cheeses, soy foods, and other plant-based proteins. High-protein diets and health. A case study: Lindsay was one of the first people to jump on the Atkins diet fad, using only Atkins-approved or licensed foods in addition to the red meats, eggs and other foods on the approved list. She felt great after losing nearly 10 pounds the first week, but by the end of the second week, she was dreaming of dancing potatoes and corn on the cob and snapping at her co-workers and family. By the middle of week 3, she couldn't take it anymore. She was dragging herself out of bed too sluggish to exercise. Weight loss had stalled completely. She was constipated and felt generally unwell. She returned to her old habits and unfortunately, regained her weight and then some. She found a different high-protein diet plan, one that included leaner protein sources, lower calorie counts and most importantly, complex carbohydrates that her body actually needed. This diet was much easier to follow and gave her slower, steadier, and healthier weight loss without feeling deprived or snapping at friends and family. In addition to eating lean meat such as turkey and other poultry, she was getting heart-healthy fish and plant-based proteins. She was also still getting vegetables and other foods, so she was better able to stick to her diet plan. To keep herself on track while she was on the go, Lindsay used ProfectR as a healthy, between-meal snack that enabled her to stay full until it was time to eat again.